Thank you for all being here, and it's kind of cold outside, and to see you all coming in and bringing your warmth with you to this is a big day for some people in here. This is a very, very special day. This could be a moment in time that you can all talk about in the future, because this is the launching of the Scottish Men's Sheds Association. But you all knew that, or you wouldn't be here. The Scottish Men's Sheds Association, we'll all have a chance to talk about them. We are looking for a desired outcome. There are membership forms out there. If you are not already a member, it's a free membership. We really would like you to fill in one of these forms and hand it in before you leave. That would be the desired outcome at its minimum. We really want you to leave here dancing. We want you to leave here with a smile on your face saying, this is going to be good. But it will only be good if we have the buy-in that we need, and that starts today. So you are all very, very important people to the people who want the SNSA out there. I mean, I can remember meeting this man, and I had retired, and was asked to come back and address a gathering of young school leavers and early university students in Aberdeen. And afterwards, this man came up, he had a peculiar accent, and he came up and he spoke to me about men's sheds and said, would you get involved? And I had driven all the way up to Aberdeen, and I had just retired. I didn't really want to retire. You know, in fact, I haven't really retired. My wife thinks I've retired, but and I went up there, and I really felt, you know, I've missed this. I have missed this wonderful life that I live, going out there and meeting new people, making new friends. And here was a wee chance. And when this man came over and said, oh, what you did out there was just what we need in the men's shed. Would you come and get involved in this? And I've got to say, I drove down from Aberdeen 20 years younger. I'm back in again. And this is it now. So this man's name is Jason Schroeder, and this peculiar accent he has is I think it's of South African origin. Well, it doesn't sound like any South African I've ever heard, but he tells me South Africa anyway. So would you please give a warm welcome to Mr. Scottish Men's Shed Association, Jason Schroeder. Come on.
Wow. Let's go home now. Fantastic. I mean, I could talk men's sheds all day. And since 2009, I have been talking men's sheds all day, every day, much to my partner's sometimes delusions of sheds. And the enthusiasm of what they are has just overtaken my life. But I'm not going to talk about men's sheds today. It will be easy for me to spend 5-10 hours talking men's sheds to you today. Today, for the very, very first time, and it's only the first time of something, and today this is that time, we're talking about the Scottish Men's Sheds Association. Never before has it existed until today. And all of you are part of it. And I'm thrilled that you're here. Right from the top to the bottom and in between of society, judged as such. What's important to me is that there's an interest. There's a grassroots movement. No one is better than anybody else. Everybody is important in this. The vision of the association is something that will grow through the years and will create legacy long after we're gone. Today will be spoken about in Scotland, and you were here. Just want you to breathe into that. That maybe today's a really important day for hundreds of thousands of people's lives, our children's lives, because we've got an opportunity here of changing our culture, bringing something brand new that actually doesn't exist really in the Western world anymore. It did a long time ago in our villages, and we're bringing it back. But that's chapter 3 of the story, the Scottish Men's Association. And I guess maybe in any story, we should go back to the beginning. So let's rewind back to 2009. Here's little me with my strange accent, thank you, Watt. Living in Aberdeenshire, I've become a development worker, I've left big business, and I've gone into the community work field. I'm working with youngsters. And I have a 13-year-old at that point who's quite a crazy teenager. And coming from a foreign country, I'm kind of looking for older men who might mentor me into being a better dad. And this really started me on the journey of looking for the wise elders, the wisdom keepers of our society. Where are those men? As a development worker in a community centre in Aberdeenshire, they weren't coming into the centre. We had a very large adult education after hours program going on. Loads of women coming in there, signing up, doing all sorts of IT courses and computers and everything. Wonderful. Where are the men? And I don't have a culture where I go to the pub. It's not what I do. And I don't go into the betting shop. And where can I find other men? Very difficult. And so my stalking of the older man started. Where are our wisdom keepers? Where are our elders of our society as men? And I found that throughout Aberdeenshire and then through Scotland that in community centres we don't see a lot of older men going there. So where do I find them? Wow, it's been such an amazing adventure and it continues. Seeing today, I must have been making some difference because the hall is full of it, full of you today. It's fantastic. So I heard about this concept in 2009 from a Dr. Neil Bruce who gave a talk on this thing called men's sheds in Aberdeenshire. And all of a sudden the lights went on and I thought, hello, I'm not alone here. There must be other people in the Western world who have the same issue that I have. And actually, what does retirement mean? Because if this is retirement, where I'm not seeing any of older men who are out there, where are they? Maybe they're in this thing called a men's shed. We don't have any here. There's a clue. If we get them, maybe they'll come. So that started me down this rabbit hole of trying to find out what is it like to be a man when you grow older or life changes for you in some way. And it happens to all of us. So it's not necessarily that you're retired. You could have lost your job. You could have never had a job. You could have had an accident in your life. Something's changed. And what's happened to you is that you now have something called time on your hands. Well, time on your hands when you're busy sounds like a wonderful thing, doesn't it? I can't wait to retire. I can do all those things because I'm so busy with the family, the job. I'm so busy, I can't wait for that to happen. That's the story we're told. We're a doing society. But what happens if you aren't doing? Then what happens to you? Well, as a man, and I can only speak from that perspective for men and for myself, I like being busy. I like having the list. And I hear that after one is possibly retired, after a while, the list is no longer there. You wake up in the morning where you were very focused and you knew what you were going and what you were going to do. You had a job, you had a purpose. And all of a sudden you wake up in the morning and it's just not there anymore. Who needs me? And we get really, really depressed. Wouldn't anybody? this is the retirement I'm going to look forward to in 15, 20 years. Not acceptable to me. And I don't think it's acceptable to anybody out there. So in the 90s in the Western world, in Australia, this is where the men's shed movement started. And since 95, 96 at 1 or 2, it has grown, so much so, very much like in Scotland, very much like in Ireland. A couple of us pioneers are out there starting up our individual sheds. We get them open, people hear about it, they come along and see the shed. I was one of those. All of a sudden, the men in the shed are so overwhelmed by the upsurgence of interest. Now they're going around doing presentations, and they're not in the shed anymore. So this is what happened in Aberdeenshire. The Westall Men's Shed opened in 2013, and within 1 year, we had 3,000 people through those doors. In 1 year. Within 18 months, we had 5,000 people through this small, well, not small, 200 square meters. We're not talking a garden shed here. And the men are saying, well, I just want to be in the shed. I want to support other men. However, I started this because I want to be in the shed. And so out of that grew this position, which I very fortunately got. For the last 2 years, I've been a dedicated men's shed development officer for Aberdeenshire Voluntary Action. Every day I talk sheds. Every day. And I love it. Now within a 2-year period, we have 13 individual communities starting sheds in Aberdeenshire alone. It took 4 years, maybe 5, to get one shed going. You have one dedicated person with a passion, and you've got 13 on the go within 2 years. This is a story that's been replicated throughout the country. Little independent pioneers going out there starting their sheds. Now we've got to a point down the road where and why are we even sitting here today? Is there a need for another association, another top-heavy governing body? Really? Is it going to give me a job? Is that why I'm here? Am I looking out for myself? This movement doesn't work from a top-heavy down. It only works from a bottom-up, grassroots. The sheds are run by the communities, for the communities, by the men, and sometimes women, in their sheds. It is not run by the council. It is not run by the government. It is not run by anybody else but you. So what we found in the last 6 years is that actually to become that place within the shed, there is some infrastructural support that needs to happen. So if you want a big building and not a garden shed, you need to have some governance. You need to have a constitution. We propose you become an independent Scottish charity, a SCIO, which is quite a simple structure for community groups to use, not the big, old, laborious, top-heavy structures of old charities. And as the association, as we've done all of this, and I do it every single day, I know it works. Perfect cueing again. Thanks, Amy. Absolutely great. We have honed down the system to the minimum of paperwork. Men hate paperwork. We just want to get in the shed and get busy with tools and do stuff and chat and have a tea and a coffee and a blather. Put the world to rights. That's what a shed's about. What do you mean? Paperwork, administration, I'm going to sleep. Oh, do I have to? Yes, you do. Because if you want your shed to have sustenance, if you want it to last, if you want to be responsible and not, oh, I can't be bothered today, if you want to leave a legacy, this is vitally important. So over the last 6 years, since starting this, I've nailed it down to, guys, the bare minimum of what you need. And it works very efficiently. Constitution, charity application. We're now the fastest growing charity sector in Scotland. Charity regulators asked us to create a template for men's sheds through the association. Can you see the benefit of the association? We're starting to pave the way for you to make it easier to get into your sheds. What we also want to do is we want to hear from you. What do you want? What do you need? We have the experience. Let's give it to you. If you really want to know about sheds, buy the book, The Men's Shed Movement. Hot off the press, Professor Barry Golding is the man of sheds, the patron of the Australian Men's Sheds. Buy the book. Fantastic. It's just been out a couple of weeks. You can buy it through Amazon. This will give you the history of sheds from Australia, Scotland, Ireland, England, the UK Men's Shed Association, how that's becoming the English Men's Shed Association, the Welsh Association, the Scottish, the Irish. We're all becoming independent in our countries. It's all part of the growth. All the information, all the statistics about loneliness and isolation, how many sheds, maps across the world. You've got 400 pages of avid reading, guys. Get the book through Amazon. I'm not going to talk this today. If you want to talk this, come to our roadshow. 7th of December, we start in Govan at the Pearce Institute. We then go to Oban, we then go to Inverness, we then go to Fife. 7, 8, 9 and 11 of December. Tickets are on the website. They're free like today. Tell your mates, get there. That day and those days, Nicole and myself were doing a road trip of men's sheds through Scotland. And what are we going to do? We're going to talk sheds. Not necessarily association, but sheds. And I can't wait to be with this man on the road. It's going to be fantastic. What a gift to me to be with a man like this and his experience. Imagine the two of us on the roads in the wilds of Scotland. No one's safe. We're going to have sheds everywhere. So please tell your friends, get the tickets, come and talk, find out how we can support you with that. This association, presently we're all volunteers from the beginning. Nobody gets paid. We have great speakers today. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'd like to thank you right now for coming. I know today we have officials of government here and third sector charities and shedders and development workers. We've got such a lovely cross-section here today across Scotland. And I know that each single one of you become a member of the association, and together we can help our communities grow and become healthier. We can tackle this isolation story that I'm sure you're reading about in the papers. This is one vehicle, my friends, that tackles this head on. And we want to do it. 1,500 men's sheds in 4 countries in under 20 years. This works. And we want to be in there. I'll see you a bit later in the day. Hope you have a good one. Thanks very much.